Hey, Pierce family, this is Mr. Smith. On Wednesday, January 6th, just yesterday, it was a day that all of us will remember, and I am personally shocked and appalled and saddened by the events that took place in our nation's capital. There appeared to be an attempted coup on our government by a small fraction of people that have lived lives of privilege and entitlement. What we saw was what happened in other countries, not in the United States. The foundation of our government is built on the democracy of the people, by the people, and for the people. These protesters have forgotten that every 4 years we go through the evaluation process of the leader of our nation. And in this case, the majority of our nation has elected for a change. If the people don't approve, you get removed. Simple as that. But this group clearly does not agree with the process. Some of the most disturbing pieces to me are that they have attempted to take over the United States Capitol building. They have not protested peacefully, and the authorities that are supposed to protect and serve have allowed this to go on unchecked for months leading up to this exact moment. During the summer months of protests against racial inequalities and injustices, many people were arrested, beaten, and some even killed. The question is racism an issue in this protest on Wednesday? I don't know, possibly. Is racism, privilege, and entitlement an issue in our nation? Definitely yes. The issues surrounding these things have been downplayed for far too long, and we have leaders that have fanned the flame under a simmering pot, and it has now come to a boil. We have to find a way to get rid of the hatred in our nation, in our state, and in our community. The willingness to allow our nation to move on to the next season, the unwillingness to allow our nation to move on to the next season is a horrible act against the government and the people who have demanded for change in the electoral process. So where do we go from here? We have to trust the process and believe that order will and must be restored. This is by far one of the most disgraceful days in our nation's history. There have been ugly days in our past, and there will definitely be some ugly days in our future. This day does not define who we are, though. It does not define our community. It only defines who those were out protesting. Mind you, they were using their First Amendment right. It just was not done appropriately. I urge you to talk to your child about I urge you to talk with your teachers and your fellow students about what's going on in our country. Now is not the time to ignore the realities of the times we're in. Now is the time to hope someone has another conversation about race, politics, the electoral process, and many other things that our country needs to have conversations about. Our children need to talk, our students need to talk, our parents need to talk about what's going on and how does it make our students feel. All of you students see what's going on and you all have opinions. I want to empower you to speak from your heart, speak from your mind, and find ways to turn this horrible event into an opportunity to heal. Some of you have some great ideas on ways that we can make our country, make our school better. I stand with you on this. I want the best for you and the best for our staff and the best for our school community. This was a difficult day, and we just left the most difficult day, the most difficult year in our lives. But this day will not define who we are. This day will give us one major opportunity to make a change, to right our wrongs, and do something new and different. I certainly hope you're encouraged. This will hopefully help others see what centuries of racism, privilege, entitlement, and inequality look like when they go unchecked. The conversations will happen, people's hearts will hopefully change, and more people will understand that we all want this country to be great. But we have to fix our largest national issue in order for this to happen. Thank you.